It is the final hour of trading for a Tuesday. Welcome back to the close. Here we go. A positive market heading into the close. We are up 0.5% if you're watching the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow also in positive territory. It is a micro cap kind of afternoon with BIMI and also IINN still going from this morning, guys.
Yes, still going because BIMI is halted right now. Halted to the upside at 255. I think it's like 12 halts at this point. So if you're trading this, just understand, like it doesn't take much for this to move 10%. So it's probably going to halt like several more times here. I don't know where the stop is going to be. There's no news on this thing that we can find. Looks like it's just getting the old pumperoo here. So BIMI on the move. I tried to catch bottoms and did not hold on to any of them because Tesla gave you 1,000 today. It gave it to you. I tried it at 1,005, and now it's back up to VWAP. So strong bounce back as the market really started to come in here at the end of the day here, Sean.
Yeah, and I just realized that, my stream deck is not working the great. I was going to do the pokeroo thing there when you said, I forget what you said. You said something about...
What did I say?
I don't know. You said something, and I was like...
I don't even know what I said like 2 seconds ago.
I was thinking about pokeroo when you said it, but okay. What was that? Oh, pumperoo.
I said pumperoo.
Hey, Lucas is paying attention to the show more than both of us, apparently.
I don't think I said that.
Thank you. You did. You said it's getting the old pumperoo, which is fine. You're just talking about BIMI there. So we hit the pokeroo there, and let's get back to trading here, as that's what we're trying to do best. Okay, so look, what a dramatic fall that was in the middle of the day here. The NASDAQ just kept on falling there. I mean, maybe it wasn't that dramatic. Depends on what you're looking at. Tesla's going to be the trade of the day. There were some great ones that were put on, so excited to show you that as we go. Also, it was Tesla, it was Facebook, was the other one that cracked real low, and we are still down here. Like we talked about picking up stink bids. What up, Greg? Down to 310 there, and that's exactly where Facebook went to. But it doesn't matter. We were wrong. We thought all day today that Facebook was going to be along at some point. It really hasn't done it. Here's the daily range on Facebook. Nicely up and nicely down, cracked below there, and you get right into this 310 area that we talked about. 310 or so on Facebook. Brendan's got something. What's up, bud?
Speaking of volume, heading into the close, guys, DWAC, wow. 26% now, another flush down to 61 here, guys, for DWAC.
Yeah, it's SSR, so I tried to catch that 65 break. You need an uptick to be able to get the fill, so I didn't get the breakout on that. We're going to open up, it should open up in a matter of seconds here in BIMI. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if there isn't an opportunity here. I'm kind of thinking just pick a round number, and then if it fails there, that's worth a shot. So it would have to halt. It's about the halt downside. Oh my goodness, am I really going to try it? There's been zero chance to get fills on these halt trades, but now that it looks like it's halting below 250, I mean, I'm on the offer at 248 where it looks like it's trying to halt. I could have shown you this. Yeah, there you go. Is that BIMI? Yeah, that's BIMI. So it goes into the halt. I don't get the fill. I mean, I don't know. I've tried multiple levels to try to get these halt trades. Like this was not me. If I would have been happy to be able to get this halt to the upside long. I wasn't me in a short getting stopped out. I tried to get the long there on this halt at 225. There was no chance to get it. You have to be so incredibly fast on this stock once it goes to that halt band that you'll catch fills on these, like when DWAC, which is more thin and there's more risk involved with it. I feel like people aren't as quick to just automatically decide they want in. This one goes to the halt band and then it just piles up faster than you can even imagine. It must be algos getting all over it. That's all I can think of. So it's reversed a little bit here. I would have liked $3 better for a short. I tried it at 48, so we'll see what happens when it opens back up. Didn't get DWAC. I'm still in, sorry, not still in. We traded Prague this morning. One time, well, I guess it was more the afternoon. It was like right afternoon. One time off of 420. So didn't do anything with the stock because it went up and gave everything back, all in the pre-market. And then ignore these wicks. It then made a top at 420 here, right at about 9 o'clock a couple of times. It tried to break out at right afternoon at 420, got to 435, rejected it, then this was a high. VWAP to 420 has been a scalp. I did it to the short side. Now I'm sitting in the long. I got out some shares. I know you keep hitting it there. Yeah, thanks. Got out some more in front of 420. Oh, and then now I'm looking for a 420 break on PROG. So the volume's not with me, unfortunately, but we'll see what can happen in PROG. Another one that INNN, by the way, just get this one out of the way. I still feel like it has a chance to go. It was halting earlier in the morning. As you can see here, like right off the open, multiple halts, but it survived the down halt to break out in the afternoon. It's got an 8 even top. And I'm kind of looking to see, like, if we can hold 6 even, which we've been doing, potential breakout for this thing at 8. Do I usually try to short in front of it and then maybe get run over on a reversal? Yeah, pretty much every single time. So you'll likely see me pop into like a 780 short or something like that. And then when it breaks 8 even, I'll reverse into a long at 8 because that's what I do.
Yeah, I'm, so I'm trying to hold on to this Apple short here, but we're getting close to being out of this one. We did pretty good on it, actually, holding. We did some good on some Apple longs as well, buying these 149.50s, getting them out to the upside. So we did have some nice trades there. Then we got out the last bit. Then we tried a long and got out. And then we're longing again, shorting again right now. Short right here, and going to wait to see what happens. So we're up to 149.50 right here on Apple. That should be a spot of concern. So we'll wait to see where that goes from there. NVIDIA got up to 250 today. I think it might have even passed 250, but now back down to 248. No, almost. We probably did. Yeah, we did up there. 252 and change, I thought. So nice moves down to 244. That's NVIDIA. Now looking at this I think that look, if the market's going to get back here, we're short Apple. So, I'm not going to go crazy here and short anything here on NVIDIA. But, a break right there, 249.60. I think we like that there for NVIDIA. So let's wait to see if that can come through. That's going to be this level. Right there, yeah, 249, whatever it is. Let's call it 249.50. So a 249.50 break. If the market gets back going here, we like that for NVIDIA. So I'm going to be looking at that.
And another one that's just like rising from the dead is that WBX here. I had this one off of a down halt. I know it was like the second down halt, I think, at about $20 or so. Was able to get out at 18. It then halted down and held that level at 16 even. You're now breaking back upside. I know it seems like not a big move, but if you kind of zoom in and get the scale of it here, it put a bottom at 1460 and now it's trying to get through 19. 20 I still think is resistance. That was that halt price that I referenced earlier from all the way back here. So if it pops to 20 and tries to roll over, I like that chance to be able to short off it, but you're getting a consolidation for a break. And if it gets past this 20 or maybe even this 2180 high that it put in before flushing, look what the stock was at $39 in the morning, $38 in the morning. So there's some room to run if it gets going. I still think it's probably running into resistance at 20 even. And DWAC 60 break. You couldn't get the 65 break, so I might as well try and miss at the 60 break. Brendan?
All right, a few other things of note this afternoon, guys. Raytheon out today with some negative news surrounding both Airbus and Boeing. So production goals for the next couple of years. Raytheon saying not going to be hit. So Boeing making a big move down today, although we are kind of consolidating right at 210 right now. There was also another SPAC that just popped up here. This is Sports Entertainment Acquisition Holdings. So the latest one, guys, SEAH.
The name.
Sports? What?
You had me at sports. What do we know? I don't know. Like
sports something entertainment there.
There's a million of these things. Oh, it's going to immediately give me a break. So that would have been a great short if you got the BME halt. It just opened up at 220, so 230 something. It's about at 230 right now. It feels like the bottom's trying to come out of it here. If I can get something in the 30 range around where it halted, I'd like that. Can't really do it. It's going to halt down again.
I like that. I like that.
So if you could get liquidity on that halt, it was basically free money. I'm not even bothering to I'm not even trying to get 218 here because you couldn't get it last time. I tried to quickly get some shares at like 230, but it's weird. Like for a $2 stock, like the spread just opens up like 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 cents on it, and there's no way to be able to get in. I'm giving up on Prague there, so you see me just get out of that one. Doesn't want to go. I'm not like, it wouldn't break VWAP. And if I thought 420 was good enough resistance to short in front of it before, and we continue to resist breaking it, in addition to that, you have DWAC breaking down. The market's trying to climb back up, and a lot of times the overall market, when it gets a bit of a bid, some of these squeeze names start to fall down, and sort of vice versa. So with that notion, no need to fight Prague here, hanging on to that long position. I'll see if there isn't something that can make a bit of a reversal. Might have missed that BME. That could have been the top there.
Yeah, I want to go long on these names. Like I want to go long on Palantir. I want to go long on DraftKings. I want to go long on Facebook. I think we've missed it, but we are also right now not protecting anything, but we do have the Apple short. So it does seem kind of crazy to me to be debating going long while holding short on Apple. So I don't know. I know Microsoft has earnings coming up today. There's Palantir. We made some nice runs on Palantir today. You guys saw that. Our best out all the way up there, 26. 26.30 or so off of this 25.40 long. So this is why we're getting close to being positive on the day. We're not yet though, but we're trying. 25 and change. Again, like this may be a decent spot to go short. I mean, what do we think about the market here? Are we going to fail at some of these tops again, or are we going to continue making moves to the upside off of these bottoms? So right now, we're kind of in no man's land a little bit here, I feel like. The markets could break higher, which, we have Apple on board. If that does happen, there's big earnings coming, but we did see what happened today with Facebook earnings, but again, sort of more expected. I still think that Facebook, Microsoft today blows out numbers, I believe. So if they disappoint, this market could be in a huge world of hurt because some of the safest plays have been Microsoft
going down.
So we don't want Microsoft going down here. If that doesn't, we made one trade here today, was okay on Softy, but you do have a level here, 308.75. I mean, that's $1 away. So, we don't want Microsoft going down. It's been kind of the bellwether here. It's almost taken out Apple for the largest stock. It's 2.3 versus 2.4 trillion. I mean, just a matter of dollars here on the stock price before it goes. But you could see Microsoft leading the way upside here, making all-time highs just the last couple of days, not even today, like 313 or so. So we're going to watch out for that. But right now, we're just holding on for dear life, basically, to this Apple short. This could be a big one for us. So we'll hold on to this. We've averaged in here. We've taken a little bit out, just hoping that it can fall back in. And then we'll see if we could test some bottoms, man, that we'd be laughing on this, which isn't that far away. 149 flat. I mean, we just need to break that, and then we're to the downside. So let's go right now on to Softy, on to Apple, and see if we get some nice shorts right now. Still beanie with you?
Well, to me, it's just like if I can actually get the short on DWAC when it breaks 60, it's probably not going to be that good. So like my first gut instinct is to immediately scalp some out in front of 59. And this is 100% anecdotal, by the way, from trading. It's like the real short at 60 was at 65. When in doubt, zoom out, right? Like 65 was that support level that it put in a few days ago when it went to 175. So that's the big level, and you couldn't get that, but you can get 60. So I'm going to take most of it out right there in front of 59, thinking it's likely not to be as good because there was liquidity to be able to catch it. So I'm just going to scalp this one here. And I don't know, Jude, if you were asking if I like the long at 60, that would be a heck no, because once 65 breaks, I'm not going to like a long unless you're back to that 50 level. Remember the first day on DWAC, right? And we came on the afternoon show, and it was a great short at 50 into 40, and it held that God mode level at 40. So I kind of think that 50 should be that support level. I'll probably even be covering in front of 55 because that's $10 from the 65 break, which, like, just because I have a short here off of 60, remember the break is from 65, right? So this break is $10. Forget about your price. It's about the levels that broke here, and the big one is at 65. So that's where I want to be able to cover it. If it goes, fair enough. INN is making moves to the upside. In my head, this stock is like INN. It's just in, and I want to call it in, but it's IINN. It's testing towards that $8 level. I mean, I have my stop in. I don't have the short position yet. Oh my goodness. And I keystroked.
What? You're long.
Well, I know I just got out of the entirety of the long position instead of, whatever.
Yeah, instead of just.
So usually what we do here is when it breaks, I'm usually getting in on a breakout and then scalping some right away. What you just saw me do was punch it all out instantly. So anyways, INN was a good breakout at 8. That was fun. Anyways, okay.
All right. Okay.
Probably won at $9. Like, what the hell?
I can't believe we missed. I mean, I missed. You didn't miss, but that DWAC break there at 60. I don't know what I was doing. That was about as clean as you could have right now. Hood reporting aftermarket here today. So we'll see. It never got to 38 today. That's kind of what we were waiting for, was that 38 print, but that never came through. So on a daily, that's the IPO price, 38. So, did it come in? I didn't think it did today. Did it right there early at 11:50? Maybe. Hold on a second here. That was a great bid. I can't even zoom back out that far. No, it didn't. No, we didn't get. Yeah, we didn't get to 38 today. Okay. I was wondering because I've been watching this, and if we did, then I want a piece. So I don't see that it did. But Robinhood today, trying to battle back. Look how choppy this is. Remember I said earlier, like you don't want to trade anything the day before, maybe even the day after earnings. Unfortunately, we learned that lesson not really the hard way. I mean, I'm negative on Facebook here today, but we got out of the way. Like we didn't take very many hits here on Facebook at all. I think it was just one of the last couple. I think it was just that trade right here, 324 in, out. Yeah, 322.50. Yeah, so that that $1.50 or so is my day basically on Facebook. Everything else has been okay. We made some money back, but that did put us negative there. So and that was really early, and we just battled it back, which was fine. But right now, 315 and change. I don't know. I don't really. I mean, there's that 420 again on the percentages there. It was just down 4.29%. Thank you, Lucas. Really quick on that one. What about a 315.25 break? Let's see if this is a little overdone. We still are short, obviously, on Apple, but we could take a shot here on Facebook. I think this makes some sense anyways. I was going to go over to AMD maybe as potentially a stronger name. Why go long on something Facebook that's so beat down today when we could just pick up some stronger names? Maybe that's a better strategy. We actually tried right in here at 123 even, but we missed it, and it was stupidity on my part. We didn't notice this barcoding until too late, and then it took off and I didn't do anything about it. But back down to 123, also something to look at as right now Apple coming to the downside. What the? Oh. Oops, nothing. I got out of I got out of 10% right there. I didn't even realize I had a bid there at 27, but it doesn't matter. Let's just keep going to the downside here with Apple. Our out's going to be 50 if it does take it, because I don't want to hold this in case the NASDAQ does rip.
Okay, so I did get back into this, and someone said, why didn't you just get right back in? Well, I mean, on the snap up, I'm just trying to capture something closer to like 850 or where it turns, not get it all out. So it's not that I didn't want to cover. I always cover on a breakout trade like this and hold a small portion. By the way, this DWAC looks like it wants to test 61. I don't even want it breaking 61. So again, so just to sort of finish that thought, once I've missed that move, it's not just get back in at any price. It was already testing back in. I wanted to see what happens when it got back to 8 even. It wicked through 8 even. It rejected that break. Once it was back above, I took 8.10. So I did want back into the long trade, and I did take it. It's just a matter of how you go about doing it. It's not just punch back in, because in the midst of an 8 even break, it's going all over the place in that moment. And you kind of want to stop to think about it. Just to make sure, okay, well, I don't want it to be a failed breakout, because then I'm kind of getting back in out of revenge, and not because I actually think it's a good entry point. So we're able to scalp again. I'm going to stop it at 775. I might even catch a bid one more time here if it wants to get back to 8 even. Now I'm just thinking about $9. And DWAC, this is what happens, right? It breaks that 61. By the way, this is what happened at 61. When 65 broke, 61 was support. So on a 60 break, I take shy of $1 there, and then lose basically a full buck. So it's not even a good trade. Maybe if I'd gotten the full bottom at 585, 58.50, that would have been fine. Doesn't want to follow through, but you just have to keep in mind, I didn't get the trade that I really wanted off of that 65, and it put in a bottom at 61. There was no way I wanted to retake that in front of me. This BIMI, if you're still paying attention at home, it's actually managed to trade for 5 minutes without halting, which that's a pretty big win for this stock. It's like 15 halts so far today. I promise you it's not done. It's going to halt at least a couple more times in my estimation. And it might not be done. It gets to $2 and holds support. So there's no news that I know of in the fact that it's probably just getting pumped. And it's like, to say that liquidity is tricky on this thing, when I'm sitting here telling you guys the spread will open up on it, for a stock doing 150 million shares, it's $2. This is not a lot of size on the level too. So that's why it's moving around so easily. Like, big orders are just pushing this all over the place. And I'm not even loving the idea of trading it at this point. So if I could have got it off the halt, those liquidity events, that would have made sense. It's about to halt again to the downside. I mean, I guess I'll try to get shares. I haven't been able to a single time here. So we'll see what happens. It's going to halt down at 191. So it breaks 2 even. There's the halt. Didn't get a thing. So BME, almost impossible to trade at this point. I don't know.
Did we, I put in the chat there, I don't know if we saw it, but did we cover IINN yet? Because
I'm in IINN.
You're in it, yeah, IINN.
That was the break.
Oh, that was the break right now you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just looking at that at 850 there, so okay, good. So that's the break that you had. Okay, you got in and out of that one. So I know there's people talking about that, but I just wasn't sure what that news was there. So, all right, we'll look at that. If it takes out the top, maybe something there, but I do like the short right now for that one. So that's gonna be a good play there on the short. So that's a good one there. We'll wait for that to come through. I'm actually gonna cancel that. I don't think we break this 850 anymore.
Oh,
there it is, yeah. So there's the short there. We were actually waiting for it. You have the short, so or the
I
long?
Didn't even get it.
You didn't get it, so okay.
I'm stuck in the last 15% of my long position, and I wanted the reversal.
Oh man,
you couldn't get it. Like, my stop triggers and doesn't even give you a fill. Now I'm out at 750, and now I'm looking for the short, but I don't want to chase it too far. I should have just chased it.
That's the thing. You probably got to pay for shorts too. What's up, Brendo?
So to refresh, everyone, if you missed it this morning, it's Inspira Technologies. They signed a deal to enter both Spain and Portugal. This is a medical equipment maker. 18 million market cap on this, guys. 5 million free float. So teeny tiny nano cap stock.
That's why, Sean, we don't have any shorts on it.
Yeah, okay, so that's why. So we can't get short. So if you miss the...
What it also means, by the way, just to clarify, like if I'm sitting there, every single sell order that we put out at Day Trade the World has to be coded as a sell or a short sell. So if you're in a long position and if you put a take profit out when you're in a long position, your next order down is going to say it's a short sell, and if there's no locates, you're not going to get it. So in that situation, you always want to make sure you pay for locates, because guess what? I couldn't punch out there when it came down. And that's why I didn't get the short, because I was getting rejections.
Yeah, and that's what, I mean, I wanted that short there at 840. It just never came back up, and by the time we talked about it, it was at 8, but I didn't check for the shorts either, so would have been a moot point for me too, because I don't have the shortable shares in my account either. Wow. So if you are with us here at Day Trade the World, you can easily check that up on your shortable list. So check those out, guys. If you do have them, you can find it either in Tip, or you could go into Metro to find out for those. So
no locates anyways.
Yeah, oh, you already looked, so we can't even pay for them. So, okay. All right, so the only thing really that I'm working with right now, we can check out, let's check out Palantir. Yeah, wow, I can't believe that turned red, man. We were so happy with Palantir earlier on this morning when we were upside, huge upside on Palantir. 2670, guys, for that name, and then you give back all that 5% all the way back down to some of these bottoms right now. So again, I'm really thinking long here on some of these names, but I mean, the move has been pretty dramatic to the downside. It seems like, you know, when we go up, we kind of grind up, and then when we come down, we just get hammered to the downside. So, I mean, I guess that's not true right there for Palantir, but I guess if we can get back into 25 or so, that might be something to take. Wow, look at Tesla, Neil. This might be time right now to make a move on Tesla.
It was good off 1,000 several times.
If I'm going to be positive today, I got to make a move here.
Although I remember what happened when we were talking about that 1,000 level in the other direction. You wanted it the first time. You didn't really want it the second time because it ended up breaking. So we might get to test that theory. It got all the way to 1,001 and 40 cents. 1,005 had support the second time through. That was the first dip was to 1,005, then to 1,001, and then the second time through was 1,005, and we got to VWAP. Now you're rejecting. So. I mean, your stops are sort of obvious here if you take a long. I just think 20s is a little bit far away. Only about 40 minutes left in the session, got to be flat. I don't know that I would want Tesla unless it happens in the next 10 to 15 minutes, but as it gets closer to 1,000, it's just a level they got to take it. Like, it defended it once and it worked. I'll try again here today. Will be the trade of the day, and DWAC is continuing to fall to the downside here. I see people talking about Palantir a little bit and Upstart. So Upstart, if you guys were watching the Memes and Movers show, whenever you get a pullback in the market like that, it was only 1% at that moment. I think we went from up 1% in the NASDAQ to flat, but there were a lot of names, like Upstart was one of them, just getting crushed. It was at 355 this morning, and once it broke 330, you can see what happened here. Now, the reason we got the bottom, as I say, when in doubt, zoom out. When everyone else is sort of panicking and stops are getting run, if you're not in position and you're looking to pick a bottom, well, just try to find a support level. Like, once you chew through this 330, which was previous support on its break to 400, and then you look back, okay, well, what's the next significant level? This was a 323 area. You look, top, you know, I guess a breakout day, and then a pullback at 323, so that's a pretty good level. And then that was already gone by the time I was looking at it. So you're through two significant levels. Okay, well, what was the next consolidation there? And that same day, 310 bottom to 317 was your consolidation before the break out into that same range, which took you to the breakout to 400. So I simply said, in between 310 and 317 is your long area. I went long literally in the middle at 313.50, and then again at 312. Low of the day is 310. Now, I did get trailed out of it because I stink at using trailing stops. That was me right here with the trailing stop. And it ends up going to 325. I mean, I was shooting for VWAP anyway, so it's not like I would have had the win. But that's one of the things you can do if the market is starting to really fall to the downside and you're trying to pick a bottom. Just be very, very patient. Make sure you find both an entry area, a level of support. Know that you're going to be out if it breaks a certain level. Sure, if it breaks 310, you can maybe give it an extra dollar because it's a $300 stock. That's fair enough. Like, it's like a, you know, you might give it a few extra pennies if it's a $2 or like a $5 name. If it's like a $2 stock, maybe a hard stop's going to be a good idea. But that's what I would approach. That's what I did with Upstart. That's what Tesla was easier because it was a round number like 1,000. It's not always going to be that easy for you. And yeah, BME was the top, obviously, because we couldn't get anything up there. Now it's headed back down to, before it broke out, it was a pretty solid consolidation, scalp short a couple times here at 190, and it found support at $1.65, $1.70. So maybe that's going to come into play here. If I see it bounce off these levels, maybe it's got something back into the long side at 165. But no news on this thing, and it's probably going to halt at least a couple of more times here. And the offer is getting a bit stacked up as it heads to the downside. Like, this is what you're dealing with. Remember, it had no liquidity, but then the offer just keeps stacking up behind it, and this is what it's battling against. So until that goes away, or a bounce off 165, I think it's still the short sellers in control of BME now.
Oh, BME. That INN was dramatic, that move down on INNN. Wow. Okay, so just looking here at Facebook, I mean, are we going to be able to hold this or not? Apple does not hold, and that goes to the upside. So what's up, Brendo?
Sports entertainment, guys. Acquisition Corporation back to highs here. It just made another high. Popping up on the volume scanner here. Once again, guys, for SEAH.
All right, we're going to go long now on Apple and just, I don't want to play this roulette back and forth here with Apple, so we're just going to go long. I mean, what I mean is I'm doing it right now, like just back and forth here, and I don't want to be doing this. So we'll try the long here, see if the market wants to go upside. I mean, I hate, like, really needs to break here, but we'll see if we can get Apple a little bit early. The market was starting to fall down a little bit there, and Apple really just resisted that and just started going to the upside here. So we'll see now. We'll hold this long. Apple, we've been paying fees on it all day, so we'll see if we can't get a move now on Apple to go back to the upside. I don't really have a target spot here for them. I can't say view up. I mean, I think we can get back up here again, 149, almost basically back to 150 where Apple's been. But again, like sitting here trading some of these names, expecting there to be big moves, there doesn't seem to be too many big moves unless you're trading some of those, hot ones there, BME, IIN, DWAC, things like that. But I mean, even some of the cannabis names down 3% today.
Well,
and those names are always near the lows of all time. Like some of those names, even Nvidia back to 247 and change. Wouldn't mind getting long there. DraftKings couldn't get going today either. Like, wow, I just, some of these, like we tried DraftKings a lot. Good trade in there on DraftKings, but it's just been fading out right now. I don't know. Trying to find some longs. Like, is there any longs you guys like out here that are actually like, baselining or something? I mean, I don't mind this DraftKings long here at 48.50. But again, I don't know, just waiting for this market to go. We're already in Apple long, so I think if the market goes, that should be fine. But I don't know, trying here.
I'm sitting there just looking at that, looking for a bottom on BME because it's the thing moving the most that I can find. If I had shorts on IINN, I'd be all over it. Goldman asking about SoFi. If you got the wick bottom on SoFi, great. It's just, I mean, here, I don't know, if you're looking for a long position with the market starting to come back a little bit, give it up and holding, off of those highs, it's tough to look at SoFi. It's just on a good level. Like, you're essentially taking it, for a long side off of 1985 right here. Or, I mean, the other direction sets up a little better. I don't love this. I mean, I guess it does really set up for a potential short trade. Not that I'm in love with the notion of it, but it's there on SoFi. It makes more sense in the long because you're so far from that bottom that I don't know that it makes a lot of sense to me. But Tesla's not going to get to 1,000, it looks like. BME is finding a bit of a bid and actually resisting a halt. So if it goes into, after this, 1, 2, 3, 4 halts down, if it goes into an up halt, I'll do everything I can to try to take it to the long side. Again, I just want to take that into the long, and then on the reopen trade, I think it might be a bit of free money there, if you can even get the fill, although the last 3 times I was unable to do so. And worth noting that INN is holding at 7 even, although just barely holding at 7 even. Like, it's getting really weak on that name. If it breaks below that, VWAP is sitting there at just above $6, and that's the next level to test. But it's a huge battle right now on IINN at 7 even.
So how come here, when I want to go long, or I want Apple to come down, it has no problem doing this, and then as soon as I get long, it has no problem doing this. So this is just not going to be my day here. We still have a little bit to go, but definitely not, these just, here we go. We're going to get out at 25 break anyways. So this could be just another, I mean, all we're sort of doing now, we're doing the opposite of stacking up cash. We're kind of just throwing it away right now. But we've battled back severely. So I'm going to be happy no matter what happens today. But just frustrating right now, trying to catch some of these longs, trying to see if there's anything going on. I mean, I can go short too. It doesn't matter. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of opposite day for me today. But we still have. I mean, we have some decent wins, man. I've been trading some Ethereum here on the outside. We did have a nice Tesla trade early that we took. That was nice for $4 or $5. That was good. BKKT. I mean, this was really the one that started it all because we just kept averaging in, trying to see if any of these levels would hold, but they never did. Now you're all the way back down to 23 and change, not 23 and me, but right now it's Brendan time.
Another one we were following this morning, guys, Ocugen. If anyone was following this mess of a trade today, there was tweets, there was speculation, there was a lot of talk, but no actual fact. It was a newspaper in India that tweeted out that the World Health Organization has asked for further clarification on their COVID-19 shot with their partner from India, the company from India that's actually making it. There was never actually a decision announced, but this move to the downside and a halt was caused by that single tweet. So now they're saying it looks like maybe Thursday we'll get an actual decision on this. So kind of basing out here finally after a very wild day. It's gone to sleep entirely. Just around $9, guys, for Ocugen.
Well, that's me not getting BIMI again because why not? I can show you, it's not a losing trade, but I mean, it might as well be on Ocugen because this was me shorting Ocugen around lunchtime. Oh yeah, look, lower highs after a halt, 1140, scalps them out, 1150, scalps them out, 1160 twice. And then this stop out, which sometimes I go back and I'm looking at why I stopped out at this price, and the only explanation is, yeah, 100% a keystroke error. Obviously, sometimes you put a stop in there. It's during lunch, whatever, like you're eating or you're getting up, probably went up to the bathroom, whatever it might be, and put a stop, which is simply at not a significant level. Like this obviously could be at 1185 where you had a double top, or you should be stopping at 1220 or a couple of pennies above that. Instead, just sort of randomly get stopped out here, which made no sense. And I don't get back into it. And obviously, you see what happens here when it rolls over again. So that's Ocugen for me. Hitting at those lows. There's no point chasing it at this point. And I think BIMI, like really, it's just, you almost have to just get into it and say, forget about the halt game. Like that, I know there's a style that I want to be trading for this, but if you wanted that long, you couldn't catch it, which I think it'll be pretty good on that 203 halt. You just had to sort of go in there at like 180 or so, and then say if it breaks that low at 170, that 165 area, you're just going to have a stop and then risk it that way. Because no other way to be able to get it. IINN just seems like the most obvious retracement short if it breaks back. If it breaks down from here, you'd catch like a 680 break and it could just capitulate to 6 even. There's stacked offers on IINN. 720, there's a big one. I mean, if that breaks up, and maybe you get a quick little trade there, but no locate, so can't really take that either. It's kind of frustrating not to be able to have that. If you're watching still Fun or DWAC, Fun has had absolutely no bounce in it. But I'll give you this. We saw DWAC break the low several times, and Fun just kind of held the bottom. And that bottom, Lucas, I'm not making it up, Fun's double bottom is at 420. I don't know why this keeps on happening in this market. This stock is just tanked from like $7 and then manages to find a legitimate double bottom at $4.20. It has not moved to the downside after watching DWAC go, so that's about the only bullish thing I can say about this chart. If it does catch a bid here, it's got some room to run, and you kind of know where you're wrong. So I have my eyeballs on it, but it's doing absolutely nothing, just barcoding at the bottom. But I know some people are probably stuck along this or looking to see if it can make a bounce. Well, it's got a level for you. I think it's just entirely like psychological or memey or meme-ish, but it's 420. It's there. It's managed to hold it a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't think it has anything to do with 420, but yeah, interesting to point that out. So we're going to take one more shot here, basically give this one about a dime. We're not going to give this too much room because we're already long Apple here. We're going to take AMD off the bottom, but I mean, right now, we just went long 90s. It's at 82. And again, how far am I going to let this thing go? Not very is the answer because today we haven't been hitting these. So down here, 122.80. We're just going to see if this one can hold. Where's our out? Just to make sure. Did I even put an out in? I don't even think I did, but the out's going to be basically at the low of the day, which is right here. Let me just refresh my board here to make sure that I do have the out. Yes, I do. So yeah, 75s or so out on AMD. So let's see if we can rally back to the high side. We're long AMD. Here we go, and we're long Apple. Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit excited now, as you can tell. So let's see if we can't crack a winner on this one. Nicely in the money, 15 pennies, but worth taking some out here for me anyways.
That CH, which is what I'm going to call it, Just made a hard turn here, but nice bounce off what was a key price at 11.10, I should say. Just bouncing off there. If it can retake this level, 11.25, another chance to break towards that high. I am still looking for the reopen on BIMI in about a minute or so. We'll see what happens. That level got taken out. Remember that big seller just a couple seconds ago on IINN?
Ooh,
that did get taken out, load. That did get taken out and went absolutely nowhere. So, I mean, you go through a 100,000 share order, or potentially it just pulled while I wasn't looking. That's actually possible, because I don't really see too much of a volume spike, but it is still barcoding. I would suppose after holding this, like there might be a breakout trade still. Like you get a capitulation like that, and then you have the opportunity to actually find a bit of a bottom, like it could still go. I would still think it likely rejects the high if it goes, but I mean from here, 725, 750, you have like 50, 70 cents maybe worth of a scalp trade. If you can actually get off the schneid, you can see it's not really doing a heck of a lot and should be open any second now in BIMI, which for some reason is the one I cannot take my eyes off of.
Makes sense, though. I mean, it's been a wild one. And like you said, we got to trade things that are moving here. Neil and I, just if you're joining us for the first time, we have to be flat at the end of every single day. So we're not trading options or CFDs or anything. We're actually trading equity. And we are on a prop floor here with Day Trade the World. So here in lovely Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we have to be flat. So the point is that we are going to start to exit our positions in the next 25 minutes. I would like to hold like some of these longs, but we ain't allowed. So, and especially into earnings, not a great idea. Okay, so we did bottom pick there. We just averaged in. So that's one fill. That's another fill, which is why you have the middle fill here at 46. So that's our average price. And we'll see if we can get back up to the upside here on Apple with a decent position now. So, okay, Apple, let's do some magic here. I mean, this could be the one for me today. If this can go, then we would be super happy with that, Apple. We are now 10 cents or so in the money on that. We'll see if that can pop. We are now 20 cents in the money on AMD. So, yeah, we're getting excited, man. I'm just trying to get back to Greensville. So, if we could please do that.
The most satisfying gain
the best
is a gain
place
from the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
It's a day trade the world thing. You know what I'm
frustrating.
talking about.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you guys might hear us talk about LFT and things like that all the time, and that's part of it, right? We don't want to have any loss from our highest spot, but more importantly, like Neil said, gain from bottom. So thanks for pointing that out, Neil. That's definitely an important metric. That
I think we made that up, by the way.
Maybe, but
Day trade the world, anyways.
I mean, I'm going to give all the credit to Greg because he had the stink bid one that we didn't.
That's not. It was before Greg.
Oh, it was before Greg. Okay.
Yes, finally, Beamy. I win on the stock. It's the first. Anyways, I'm happy because I've been losing on the stock the whole time for you guys, in front of you guys. And then I finally go long instead of waiting for a halt to just say forget. I'm just going to go long in front of two. I get
that's
stopped
3
out,
times.
Go
Brendan
long
in
again.
our ear, so.
I know. Okay, Brendan.
He's going to get pissed off.
Brendan.
Never, guys, never. Excella Health, another little one going crazy here into the close, 41%. Just halted, resumed. Looks like it might try and halt here again. $4 trying to hold, but big volume coming into this one. They had a treatment for long COVID with some data that came out pre-market this morning. It did absolutely nothing all day and is taking off right now for AXLA.
My kid is obsessed with his axolotl, so I think I got to go long there on AXLA because he'd be mad if I didn't. So we'll have to look at that. But for right now, I have money on my mind, and that includes Apple. So if I need to watch this thing go, we'll see if it can there. Nice little move again. We took some out at 57s. I mean, we have a decent position here for Apple. So if this can go, man, this could be a decent move. Let's wait to see if we get to 149.80, something like that up there. I'm not going to jinx anything, but let's go Apple. And then 26 cents in the money, not. Again, trying to get up here. So if we can get going on some of these names, then yeah, it'll be a party time. Excellent. Party on Wayne, party on Garth. If you guys know where that's from, please put it in the chat. I think they should. Oh, by the way, Jason Sudeikis on Saturday Night Live was pretty funny. I definitely saw that one. That was a good one. And so party on Wayne, party on Garth. But if you don't know that, especially...
You're Canadian. Well, we're Canadian. You guys know that, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, we got some cool things here. Watch it. Halloween. Watch this.
Aren't we supposed to save those for Halloween?
Supposed to. Okay. Are we supposed to?
I was about to say Rob, good work, but Rob's not here. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do another one there that we won't save for Halloween. This is how I feel. This is how I felt earlier. There we go. some ghosts there, ghosts of Christmas past, Halloween past there. We'll save the rest for Halloween, but we have a few cool animations coming for Halloween, so get ready. That might be too loud, so we may have to test that out. But here we go. Come on, Apple. Let's start laughing, man. AMD to the upside now. Apple's starting to go, man, through 60s. We need that breakthrough VWAP, and then we'll put an offer here, 70 or so. Maybe this will start to go with some imbalances coming out in 10 minutes. Hopefully these are to the buy side, and some of these names will start to run. So Apple, I'm getting pretty excited here. If we can just get this to go a little bit more, man, we're getting very, very close. This should be interesting.
Yes, it'll be interesting. And so, yeah, I'm now shorting this BIMI, which you probably noticed if you can see the position board there. I can't keep my eyes off it. The first halt down was at 248. Which is just below 250, if you can imagine that. So I started shorting at 39s and 40s here. I've been scalping it for like 10 cents, and I'll take probably another fill here at about 10 pennies, and then see if it just comes to the downside. I think that's a better way to approach it. Like that's actually starting to work, as opposed to what I was doing before, which is trying to play that halt game, which is I sat there like 4 or 5 times getting no fills on the halts. Well, if this is all you're going to be able to do, just scalp it off a level. If it breaks a level, get out. If it's a fail break, just jump right back in and play it for momentum at this point. So that's so far working on BME. It's 340. IINN is when a stock capitulates like this, the fact that it barcodes at a high like 7 even, is usually a pretty good sign. Yet it's doing absolutely nothing. So I don't know, man. Like maybe this one's just waiting for the aftermarket. Oh, there's a flush. Get out, get out, get out. Missed 215s there. Yeah, when I say there's a flush, it just got out on BME. 215, it just goes all the way down
Look
here.
at all those executions.
The spread opens back up. I know, this is kind of crazy. Like the spread opens up when it hits 215, up to 220. I still put a bid at 15s, and then it just kind of takes you out. So like 2 cent, 3 cent spreads on this name. I might be done for the day on this stock, but finally got some revenge. I no longer want Tesla, by the way, just so you guys know. As Tesla's heading back down here like 1020 or so, 1020. I mean, I can say 1020, that's fine. You guys know what's 1,020. If it breaks this low, I'm not going long in front of $1,000 at this late in the session, right? Like it's just, that's a trade for there to be time for it to bounce off of, for there to be time for it to recover. At this point, it has to break 1020, flush $15, and then you get into a position. And all the meanwhile, like we have to get in, then I'm gonna get out by 4 o'clock. So that trade's probably out the window. We have imbalances coming out, which could get pretty interesting when you have a retracement like that in the overall market, and some names which absolutely flushed and have recovered a little bit here, like your upstarts, your firms went down. I'll be interested to see what those imbalances look like. If you were looking for relative strength in the market, you might have found it in the healthcare sector, because we were checking at lunchtime, like what is actually not down today. Healthcare, even energy had pulled back, but healthcare names looking pretty strong. Not a bad place to hide out lately.
Yeah, Eli Lilly, I mean, we talked about hiding out. I think the best one to hide out in is going to be J&J, but I don't think you need to hide anywhere, really. I mean, just watch out for these earnings there again. But yeah, right now, man, someone said their kid ran away when I did that goblin thing, so I won't do that again. So there we go. Apple, though. Ding. Hopefully your kids aren't running away from that. I know my kids run to Apple. Daddy, I want iPad. What do you mean? They're not babies. They don't talk like that. I want an iPad. But they've both had iPads, and then one of them broke, and then the other one's a little old, so we'll see. In case they're watching, we won't discuss this anymore. Apple to the high side right now, 30 cents in the money, so I mean that's going to be a good trade for me. At this point, though, I mean, we're ticks away from being green, but that's not going to matter to me. What's up, Shiba Inu Army? So Shiba Army right now, they want me to do this, so we'll do it right now. Almost at 0.05 right now for Shiba Inu here. Starting to make some moves. A good move again. You're only up 87 million% on the year, so I think there's still room to go on that. So we'll wait to see where we go. Yeah, unbelievable move on SHIB. So Shiba Inu here, Shibcoin. Starting to go to the upside, and this may not be done, man. You break that 5, we'll wait to see where that goes, but there it is, man. I told you we'd do it for you guys there. Is anybody involved in those Wall Street bulls? Apparently there's an NFT drop going down right now, so I told my lovely wife to get involved with that, so we'll see if that's going. Thinking of picking up some GNUS to hold it tomorrow. I saw that Disney. I mean, I saw the Disney rumor. Come on, Apple, let's go. And let's just see, because
Genius Brands?
Yeah, Genius Brands. I don't know what exactly that rumor is, but there it is there on the day chart. Maybe Brennan can come with this one more time. I believe we might have talked about this earlier on, or it might have been after the morning show.
I think it came up in memes and rumors.
Yeah, no, it's up. I mean, it's up pretty big here today. So down to 187. Yeah, we'll get confirmation. But do I think it's worth holding something based on a rumor? Yeah. I mean, again, we talked about this all the time. Just like if you held that DWAC and everything like that, just make sure that you have, everything kind of like sorted out, right? Like understand what the risk is. Like, you could fall right back in. I mean, look where we came from on a 20-minute chart, right? We came from 135. So you don't want to go bankrupt if that 135 prints, right? So just be very, very careful. I think it's worth holding on to for sure if there is something there, but we'll wait on the story itself. As Tesla right now, back down, man, 1020. So this is not a, let's go to Tesla quickly. This is not a Tesla specific, or sorry, a market thing here. This is a Tesla thing because the market's making highs here, man. We're ripping on Apple. We're starting to bounce a little bit here in Tesla.
Well, I'll tell you what, another name that's weak.
Sure, let's go.
Tesla coming back down, NIO is actually pretty much at the low of the day.
Right.
So it is a pretty key level because it's more of a key area than a key level, but it already bounced once off of 40.50. You can see on a 15-minute chart here that you had multiple times this 40.50 area was resistance, and now it's turning into de facto support. On the way up, whoops, I want to show you the daily chart there. On the way up, that was it trying to break past that 200 period moving average at 43, and that got rejected just shy of it. So it's running into some resistance. Look, NIO has been a good bounce from these 30 levels. Probably makes sense that on a day where Tesla rejects the high, NIO's not going to push through the 200 period and break a resistance level like that. So it might need to consolidate further before you get going again. And then watch it. Like if Tesla breaks 1,000, well, you could be staring at the 50 period as your next chance to buy NIO. They're just going to move lockstep. NIO, when it comes to actually delivering, like Tesla just keeps reminding everybody that they're way ahead of the game when it comes to actually producing and delivering vehicles. NIO's they don't even have a model that is top 15 seller in China. Yeah. XPeng is talking about flying cars and automated driving, and they do have a model in the top 15. And I don't know anybody that sits there and is excited about XPeng as they are about NIO. So keep things with a grain of salt. It is likely to trade back to the downside if Tesla continues to be under pressure.
A flying car too. I mean, you got to have infrastructure.
I'm joking about the flying car thing. I don't even understand how that's supposed to work.
That's what I don't understand
in the next 10 years, but
it is interesting. So
you won't see me one of those, man.
We'll give it to them. I mean, interesting call there.
I'm risk averse. I'm not flying anything, man.
Well, you are risk averse, but you are trying to go to space. Remember, I mean.
Yeah, but that's because that's a different story, man. Like one day when the kids graduated, it's like that kind of a thing. Like that's
no risks.
Like I wouldn't do that. Like I would not jump. I would not do any of those space trips, even if I could afford it right now, which my wife would kill me even if we could. Because she'd be like, that's ridiculous.
I ain't liquidating for that.
She's like, you won't buy this. Whatever. It's just, I'm cheap. She'd get mad at me.
I think, I don't know if I'm cheap, I'm frugal. So, I mean, I like to get a deal wherever I can. So, right now, a nice deal on Apple. We took advantage of that on the downside there. So, not enough shares to pay for an iPhone, but we'll see if it can continue to go to the upside right now, as we only have 3 minutes before these imbalances go. So, my daughter says that Neil.
I was just responding to that.
Oh, were
These are dad shirts?
I guess so. I think they are. I don't know. I mean, they're like polos. We kind of look like twins, though.
No, they're different colors though.
Yeah,
I got my sleeves up.
Yeah, I mean, people literally. I mean, we do look like. Yeah, thanks, Rob, for doing that, or whoever's doing that. But I think we're very, very similar. What's Brendan got on today? Yeah, he's got the solid on. So, Brendan always. I mean, it's hard to compete with.
Yeah,
Brendan.
Don't put the camera on me. I'm too.
Yeah. I mean. Let's just leave Brendan alone for right now, okay? He's focused over there. So, all right, we're waiting for these imbalances as, Apple, guys, still starting to go to the upside. So we're very, very close. We're like a trading fee away from turning green right now. We need a couple more fills for that to happen, and then boom, goes a dynamite to the upside. If this thing could go to 150, man, then you'll see some celebrate good times right here. So we'll see where it goes though. But we are excited for this. So Apple right now waiting for those imbalances, only 2 minutes away. Right now. AMD, I mean, boom, right there. Like, this is what's bringing me back to life right now. Some of these bottom picks, man, and very lucky that the market's going up. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But here we go to the upside. Got that magic fill right there on AMD. So now we're holding AMD 20 cents in the money and Apple 50 cents in the money. Let's see if it can go to the upside and make this day even better than we had hoped for at the beginning.
Is it back to life or back to reality, Sean? That's what I want to know.
It's both, man. Back to life, back to reality.
You guys have to know that, Jim. I know we're old, but that's fine. Like that's a great joint there. I would normally be thinking about I would normally actually be shorting this IINN. I want to say INN. IINN. I would normally short this, but it's just been so strong. I got wicked out. I tried a long on this dip at 770, and then just got like immediately wicked out of it. I probably should have held on to it and given it a little bit more. But I'm looking for a top break here now. Candidly speaking, I don't usually like breaks at this time, but it's the only thing that looks ridiculously strong on the day, and I am running out of time for it to happen. I thought it would happen before 350. I don't know if we'll put it on. This one could be one of your 4 p.m. specials, right? Like where you actually, the move doesn't really happen until after 4 o'clock. It really is setting up that way. And I guess if I had just shorted, if I had shorted it, that's $1. That's $1.20. That's $1. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You pie in my face. We have a key for this.
What is it?
I just finished saying I would normally have shorted a move like this, and I don't have any shorts. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, why am I not? Because we have no locates on IINN. So once again, although keep in mind, if it's hard to borrow, that just makes this short look way better than it was, because if nobody can go short, it's going to fall like a rock because there's nobody covering down here. Like normally I'd have bids in front of 8 and bids in front of 750, and everyone else that shorted that capitulation would have had bids in front of it, and it slows the move, so it looks more impressive than it would be if people could actually have shorted this move.
Okay, so IBM, I mean, the imbalances are out, so we'll check it out. We just need Apple to go up just a little bit more, man, and we are good to go. Citigroup looks like a bid right now. We'll just check out some of these banks if it loads, so that's a bid and not going up. IBM, we did dump some of that at 130 the other day off a horrible earnings report for IBM there, so we'll watch out for that. Uber also on a sell here, so we got to find something out, but we're waiting just for Apple to tick up just into the 80s, and then we can celebrate. But for right now, Uber is starting to go to the downside. I don't see much there. Oh, there's Palantir with a milli sell right now as well. So let's rock and roll, guys, right now. But things look mixed right here. We do have a big earnings board coming, so Microsoft's going to lead the way today. As Apple, come on, man, just get into the 80s, guys.
Let's go, Apple. Let's go do it for my man. I'm gonna hit the boom because you guys are a fantastic community. So throw everything I said out there. Look, I see you had some guys mentioning a lot of people can get locates on IINN. Now, a lot of times I'll look at our ability to short things and get free shorts or pay for shorts at Day Trade the World and figure that if we don't have it, decent chance it's hard to borrow almost across the board. That's an assumption that's wrong in this case, obviously. So it's good to know whether other people in the street can. That's why I'll let you know if we have it, we don't, what are we paying for it, just so it's more information out there, and then you guys likewise. Another reason the community is fantastic. You guys are the best. Never keep Brendan waiting when he wants to be on camera.
It is a very, very, very busy day. We are in the thick of it for earnings, guys. I've looked at this board probably 5-6 times today, and I just right now saw Twitter is also on this board.
That wasn't there before. Like we showed this board before the end of the morning show, and we stared at it, but I don't remember seeing. I know Twitter reports today. I just don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it just look where we are right here, man. I mean, this is just going to be monstrous. Just look at those 4 in the middle. Even Boeing's there. Neil, remember, I didn't see Boeing before. Boeing's on there.
Robinhood.
With news today from Raytheon, I believe, with Boeing. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff happening right there. ADP for payrolls. I mean, I don't know, man. There's a Kraft Heinz for the product launches and stuff. So
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Coca-Cola. I'm not a fan. I'm a Pepsi guy. Not for the drink, but for the actual stock. QuantumScape, right? Like that's if you want something that has a potential to move. It's been whipping around today as well. Actually, flat on the day is QuantumScape. Almost exactly flat on the day, believe it or not. So I just said whipping around there. Alex Enzo, thank you for the super chat with the Brendo. Yeah, we love him. He does whatever he wants. That's why he can sort of say, don't put the camera on me. But QuantumScape, it has been doing a heck of a lot.
Don't put the camera on me?
But that's what happened. Like the camera went to him and he's like, get away.
Wow.
QuantumScape has bounced off the 50 period. And not just, this is not any bounce, by the way. That is $25 to $22.80 bouncing off of it and then again getting another leg up. So some crazy moves could happen, especially, look, man, if they disappoint, you take out that level. I mean, you could be looking at 20 very quickly. A loss to get through for earnings. They're bellwether names. There's going to be movers. You can't get away from some of these SPACs either. And I don't care what you do. Even if you don't want to trade it, Tesla right now, price action is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It is going to be the trade of the day, and I'll spoil one thing that I said.
Get up, Apple.
You have to get accustomed to the fact that Tesla's a $1,000 stock now.
Right.
And you can't be like, look, $10 winners and $20 winners are fantastic. They sound good, but sometimes you got to understand these are going to move. It's going to move $40, $50, $100 even, which I think is ridiculous. $1 trillion market cap company shouldn't put multiple days moving 100, like 10%. and then doing it up and down 10% in one session. That's a little crazy when the market cap is that big. I know a lot of it's going to be option driven, but you have to adjust to the fact that it's going to swing more and then hold on to your winners when you got them. So that goes for me double today on both my long positions. So it is a good stock for me, but it could have been a heck of a lot better if I got it into my head that, hey, there's no reason why when it bounces at 1020, Neil, it can actually break 1050 and go another 50 bucks. I didn't think that was happening. Clearly, I was just all kinds of wrong about it. So winners can always be bigger winners, and losers can always be smaller losers. I guess that goes without saying, but hey, I mean, the best lessons are usually pretty simple.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we just need to get to 65. Like we just went long there on Apple, but we actually did tick positive. But I want this trade to finish out in the right spot here for me. So hopefully it can, and we can make a winner out of this. We just did take some more there at 50 on Apple. So that's our average price now, 43. It did come down, but again, we're trying to hit that. So there's another out for us. If we could just get to 60 here, 65, we'll tick to the upside and start to celebrate a little bit. I need one more fill here. I actually have a stock that's not moving, Rolls-Royce right now. So it's not doing anything. And that's, I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting for this fill right here. Like I'm short here. If I could get out, it would be fine. But I don't know. It just looks ugly. So we'll wait for that. If I can get out of that one, then that'll be fun. But I don't think we will with only 6 minutes to go. Come on, Apple.
Come on, Apple, but I got to say thank you to iTradeAims with the super chat in pounds, by the way. So It says my daughter's very happy now. So we're wearing the dad shirts. Hopefully it's the fact that we shouted out the fact that you said that, and not that she's loving these shirts, which are pretty bland. We should get a shirt sponsorship or something. I don't really know. But it's in pounds, so let me know where you're from. My family's from Antigua, but in Leicester. My family that's in England is in Leicester. That's why I'm a Leicester fan, but also it's more about Liverpool for me because Emile Heskey, that's where he played for. But let me know. I'm a Leicester City guy, and of course Liverpool. So let us know where you're from. Very, very curious. We get super chats from all over the place, so it's always fun to see where people are from.
I want to do a test. I know you super chatted us, but like if your daughter's watching, like, is that too scary?
That's cold.
Leicester's a dump. Wow, Neil.
Well,
I don't know. I've been to Birmingham for sure. Birmingham's beautiful. I mean, I've been there before it was raining. That's for damn sure. And then we went to Man United, Old Trafford there. So that was a great, great trip for me.
Emile played for Birmingham. If you're saying you're from Birmingham, then you might know Emile Heskey, which is some kind of a resemblance. Guess why? But anyways, so good shout out there. Some people saying Newcastle. Guadalupe. Now we're finding out where everyone. Russia,
yeah. What up, Russia? What up, Ms. V? Okay. All right, let's just go, guys. Let's just keep going here as we're getting ready to close out here. Let's check out quickly the imbalance locator. Pfizer still on a bid there. We'll check a 1 minute chart for this one coming through. Pfizer, like that's on a bid? Okay. Am I reading that right? Yeah, that is a B, right? So Pfizer drops down there. I still think that there's an opportunity to get some shares there on Pfizer on discount. Uber still a sell. Twitter with the big report coming. I think Twitter is going to be real super spicy there into the close. Tomorrow off the report. So we'll watch out for Twitter there. And other than that, man, there's not much. Palantir is a big sell as well, but that's actually going to the upside. Thanks a lot, Palantir. Should have gone long on that one right there. Then we would really be happy. And then
Robinhood there?
Robinhood is not here, but I know they have earnings.
Yeah,
so moving around?
IINN broke the high, then rejected it, but Robinhood just spiked. Like that's so when I see a spike like this after 350, I'm just assuming it's imbalance related, but Robinhood does report. So I guess someone with an early jump, maybe it's just a technical. That's not even 39.60 is not a level, 40 is, which also broke. Robinhood on the move. I don't know what time they report because usually you get used to the time that these things report. Like Tesla's always late. Some report right at 4 o'clock. No clue when we'll actually see Robinhood. If it is right away at 4 o'clock, then I'm sure we'll be able to give that to you, whatever the news is.
Yeah, that should be exciting right here. With only 2 minutes left to go, we'll see. It doesn't look like Apple's going to do anything to the high side there. We do have Microsoft reporting, and like we said, Twitter, AMD as well, also reporting today. So there's going to be some big opportunities here for AMD, just hanging on to flat for the day. This also helped me, guys. That's the last 10% there, but this also helped me get to where we are right now. Yeah, with only a minute and a half left now. The Memes and Movers was a good show. Guys, if you haven't hit the like yet, I mean, I think we've been having some fun here. 408 likes. If we can get that going, 600-700 would be very, very great to get that. So if you guys could hit the like if you haven't done that yet. The show is completely free 99. free 99. So hopefully you guys can support the show with only a minute and a bit left. I see Randy.
He's just
skulking around.
I think stalking.
Randy's kind of like this guy here. Like
you got a minute.
Like he's gonna sneak up.
Yeah,
See, there you go. Here comes Randy.
There he is.
See, they kind of look alike. Is that Randy? No, that was not Randy. Okay, yeah, Randy's gonna hit us over the head very, very soon. So let's get ready, Randy. You only have 50 seconds before the bell is rung. Ford, GM, a lot of interesting stuff. More about GM today, obviously, than Ford. But Ford right now stacking below 16. We did sell some of that yesterday with only 40 seconds to go.
High of the day again on IINN right here at the end. So I guess 4 o'clock it could move. Robinhood did come back in. I'm going to be watching it just because, look, we know they report. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm just curious about the price action in case there is. Like, it's just come all the way back. It broke 39.60. It's now going to close right back at that 39.60 level. So that was much ado about nothing. We're about to drop the countdown. The market is safely green, even though it has been a bit of a pullback overall in both the ES and the NASDAQ. I'm sure they'll close in the green, though. Robinhood, on the other hand, wow, that was a big fake out that it made. Randy is on the bell, so maybe turn the volume down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, so I'm actually, can I not cancel my offers? There you go. Oh, wow, that was slow. Really slow. Okay, so we're going to hold out hope here. I still have some Apple shares. I don't know if you guys can see that, but maybe we get a spike up here on someone's report. What's up, Brendan? How do we finish up?
Positive day, guys. Not huge moves, but hey, we'll take it. There we go. 0.18 for the S&P. The Dow about 0.3. Same story for the NASDAQ. There was a big move in crude oil today, 1% back to the upside. So we're getting back to that kind of 7-year high once again for crude oil. So energy stocks will be interesting tomorrow. Everyone should come tomorrow at 10:30, I believe it is. Mr. O'Leary is coming through once again tomorrow, guys. We will discuss such things as the energy markets with him.
Ooh. Yeah, get your question. I mean, certainly it's going to be a fun one. Mr. Wonderful, he has a wealth of knowledge about the market, so we're going to get to grill him on that a little bit. I will say that IINN did make a break right at 4 o'clock. It got to 950 and is reversed all the way back in. So it did give you the breakout if you took it at 4. Crazy stock. This one will be in play tomorrow for sure. Like, I don't care what direction. Hopefully it has some locates on it in case it is a short, though.
I'm not really seeing anything report quite yet. We're going to wait for AMD. I actually don't know when AMD is. I mean, I know it's today right now, but I don't know if it's 4:30 or what. We'll see if anything comes through. But I want to give a big thanks, obviously, to Lucas and to Randy over there. Thank you so much, guys. I know it's a little dark. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's all Lucas. Thank you, Randy. A big shout out. We didn't get to too much Ms. V there in the afternoon, but a big shout out to Ms. V and Trader Prad, who's in the building. Yeah, so it should be a good one here. I mean, what a crazy night it could be here for earnings. So we'll wait to see how those work out. I don't see anything. Microsoft beat right now. So let's just have a quick look at that. What's going on? Like Microsoft beat.
Microsoft
That's a surprise. There it is right now. I mean, the bets still keep going. And there goes Microsoft. We'll see where it goes. You have no idea here on some of these beats, right? I mean, we saw Facebook go down to 314 before going to 340 and then closing where they are. So Microsoft obviously coming out right now and up and down and around. So we'll see Microsoft. It just cracked all-time highs there of 312 again. So
Sean, 45.3 billion revenue for the quarter, up 22%.
Tetra, that's a monster beat.
Just matters on what the expectations were on that one. So we'll wait on that. But there goes Microsoft moving around. So we'll wait on that. Hood coming, AMD coming,
Google
everything.
out too, guys.
Twitter, what else?
Alphabet.
Ooh, Alphabet. Oh, this is my big guy here. Hopefully this is not going the other way right now. So Alphabet. You know what? There's actually no point in even really looking at these right now. We have no idea where they're going to go, but I did want to thank everybody for watching today. And look, if all these names don't excite you, then please don't come back tomorrow. But we will be here tomorrow morning trading absolutely everything we can. Yep. And hopefully for me it'll be a better morning. But it was a good one anyways today. So guys, hold tight. It's earnings season. It's a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed the show today. We'll catch everybody tomorrow. Sleep well. See you guys tomorrow.
Oh, see ya. Bye, Robinhood.